Cold weather boating can be exhilarating, but proactive preparation, including a call for help plan and life jacket wear, are even more important than when boating in warm weather.
Cold weather risks to boats include mechanical failure, icing, and water soaking. Risks to boaters include illness, injury, and death. A good practice is to add the air and water temperatures, and if they total less than 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius, consider it cold weather boating.
According to the CDC, hypothermia is a risk anytime the water temperature is below 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius.
Before engaging in cold weather boating, ensure that your boat is in good operating condition and pay special attention to the battery.
A battery loses its charge more quickly in cold weather, so keep it connected to a maintenance charger while on shore. And minimize the use of electronics while on the water when the engine is off and the alternator is not charging.
If there's snow on your boat, remove it. The weight of snow can force drains and through-hull fittings underwater, and snow won't flow out of the scuppers in self-bailing boats.
Before departure, check fuel lines, steering cables, and bilge pumps for ice buildup. Clear standing water and ice from decks, interior compartments, and equipment to protect the boat's center of balance.
Because water below the surface stays warmer than water at the surface, keep outboard engines trimmed down to avoid water freezing inside and causing damage.
Frost can be hard to see on white fiberglass hulls. Check for dangerous frost buildup, which can render even non-skid surfaces slippery. Consider using an ice detector as an additional measure.
A float plan can be even more important for cold weather boating if fewer other recreational boats will be on the water where you're operating. At a minimum, let a reliable party know where you will boat, when you plan to return, and to notify authorities if you don't.
The same is true for having methods of emergency communications and visual distress signals, and knowing how to access them if you capsize, sink, or fall in. VHF radios, EPIRBs, and flares are important assets when cold weather boating.
While hypothermia is most likely at very cold temperatures, it can occur in air above 40 degrees Fahrenheit if a person becomes chilled from rain, spray, or cold water submersion. Wind and wet clothing escalate heat loss through conduction and evaporation, and heat loss in cold, wet weather increases the risk for hypothermia. Dress for the prevailing water conditions with breathable wicking base layers and waterproof outer layers.
Pack a change of clothes in a waterproof container. Wear gloves and bring an extra blanket. Remember, your life jacket always goes on top of other clothes, never underneath, which is vital for inflatables and a best practice for inherently buoyant vests.
Once underway, run your boat more conservatively than you would in warm weather. A spray of water that would be refreshing in July will not be welcome in January.
In winter, the Coast Guard may install seasonal buoys. Be aware of this.
Be especially vigilant of all activity around your vessel and prepare for fast-changing weather conditions. Activate your navigation lights in a snowstorm.
And finally, if you do encounter a thin layer of ice and have no way around it, approach it slowly to avoid gouging your gel coat or worse. Allow your boat to slide gently on top of the ice to break through, and then proceed. If there are others on board, having them poke holes in the ice with a boat hook or similar item may also be helpful.
Cold weather boating can be a very stimulating experience when prepared for mechanically and with appropriate gear.